Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlene for those of you who are new, and to my loyal subscribers, thank you as always for coming back. So lately we have seen quite a few perfume releases and I received a few fragrances in PR. Some of them are not new and some of them are brand new. I'm here to share my thoughts with you guys. So this will be a collective video and this is just PR, new releases and new fragrances to my collection. When it comes to Montal Paris, I am a huge fan. So the first fragrance on my list is Lucky Candy. This one just became available in the US about a week ago. I'm super excited to tell you guys all about it. I did get a sample of Lucky Candy before I actually got the full bottle. And to my nose, Lucky Candy is super interesting. The name, of course, tells you that it's going to be somewhat sweet, somewhat gourmand. The cacao beans in Lucky Candy definitely stand out on my skin. There's also notes of sweet honey, marshmallow, coconut cream. There's supposed to be a very creamy facet to this one. It is a little sweet, not overly sweet. I feel like it has that Montal DNA. Without being too sweet. You have frangipani flower, sweet toffee, and fluffy musk. A range of beautiful notes. To my nose, I don't find that it's overly sweet. Yes, it is sweet. Yes, it has the gourmand touches, but it's not too much. So the longevity on this one, it's pretty comparable to a lot of Montal Paris fragrances. It lasts pretty long. In my case, the cacao beans stand out more than others, but it's overall a nice fragrance. Very beautiful. I enjoy it. So Lucky Candy is pretty. It's enjoyable. I feel like there's definitely an audience for Lucky Candy. If you enjoy those gourmand notes, you will like this. You won't be disappointed when it comes to longevity. Projection to me is moderate and it is very nice. So there's another fragrance that I received in PR that I did fall in love with immediately, and that is Sweet Flowers. I fell head over heels in love with Sweet Flowers. I was not expecting this fragrance to be so good. It is so beautiful. I feel like Sweet Flowers is not talked about enough. It is absolutely gorgeous. I find the notes in Sweet Flowers to be in perfect harmony with each other. You have sweet, I mean really sweet. You also have the floral balancing that off. It is just so beautiful, and it's a sweet fragrance, but yet it packs a punch. So good. I love this fragrance. So like I said, Sweet Flowers was such a beautiful surprise. I liked the notes when I looked at it online, but I didn't think that I would like it as much as I do. I feel like it's very addictive, but it's less with like the sweet smell of cotton candy, peach, but then there's the patchouli to give it a twist. And there's also tuberose and vanilla in this fragrance. Like an amazing combo that I feel like I did not expect, but it's so good. The blend is incredible. Trust me on this one. I definitely found a love in Sweet Flowers and I cannot get enough of this one. Now I'm going to talk about a couple from Mancera. I'm obsessed. Like I cannot stop raving about this new fragrance. I'm talking about Amore Cafe. If you like gourmand notes, you like sexy, unique, all in one, then Amore Cafe is it. Amore Cafe is black coffee mixed with amaretto liquor. Then we have vanilla ice cream. And then we have a hint of speculoos, which is like a cookie, vanilla pods, brown sugar. First of all, this lasts all day long. It is warm. It is inviting. It's delicious. I cannot get enough of this one. So basically you have a contrast of notes in Amore Cafe that work so well together. Amore Cafe, I highly recommend for the gourmand lovers, for the people who love delicious fragrances with a lot of character. This one is for you. Delicious fragrance, and I highly recommend checking this one out. The next fragrance is one I consider to be an absolute black tie dressed up fragrance. A fragrance to me that is unisex but leans more masculine. I'm talking about Black Noir. Interesting name, Black and Noir. Black on black. I hear the name and I think of a very posh, very dressed up event. This is very sexy. In the opening you have black and pink pepper. You also have lavender. A lot of contrast happening with these fragrances. Then you have patchouli and Cuban tobacco, giving it a lot of amped up sexiness and a little bit mysterious. Then you have the introduction of the tiara flower or the tiara blossom, and that softens the notes a little bit. It has some like superpower, supercharged notes, but it also has the contrast of the soft tiara blossom. Opposites definitely attract in this fragrance. I say this one is not for everybody. I say that this one definitely needs to be tested out. I do not recommend blind buying Black Noir because it is intense. The projection is not loud. It's not like in your face. It sits a little closer to the skin, but those notes will linger on for a very long time. In the base, we have tonka beans, vanilla pods, giving this a nice warm finish. Then we have vetiver still to keep that intensity in the fragrance. So like I said, contrasting notes. When it comes to the note profile, the composition of this fragrance, this is a powerhouse. Some of these notes unexpected. I feel like there's a specific audience for this fragrance. However, I do think it will be amazing during the cooler months like the fall going into winter currently. It is definitely for a more dressed up vibe, a more dressed up situation. I have a couple more to go. I have Eau de Protection. This one is from Etat Libre d'Orange. This one is very floral. This one has a dragon and rose on it. It's designed with the Year of the Dragon theme. The rose in this is very unique. Again, this one is like super niche and super not for everybody. I feel like you have to like rose, which I do. I love roses. The initial burst of this is totally like rose overload. This one comes with a very interesting scent profile. This one is floral, it is fresh, and it's also spicy at the same time. So I feel like the Bulgarian rose in this is the main character. You also have the introduction of incense and patchouli to make this very unique. Eau de Protection literally means water of protection. So it's like the description for Eau de Protection is very interesting on Etat Libre d'Orange. I love how they like take their descriptions to the next level, honestly. Very, very different. I don't know what it is about the cacao note in this. Once the blast of the rose petals kind of like phase out just a bit, I get so much of that cacao. I don't know if it's because of that patchouli mixed in there. I don't know what it is, but on me the cacao comes out in Eau de Protection, which is like very shocking, very surprising, because I never have a fragrance that is so highly floral to also make that gourmand note stand out as much as the cacao stands out on me. But just to give you an idea, it says roses with thorny stems that yield lavish blossoms. I feel like it's one worth checking out. Super unique and so different, but you have to be a rose lover since the rose is the main character, I feel like, in this one. Last but not least, I have another fragrance from Wilhelm Parfumery. This is Back to the Roots. Love the packaging. I love this fragrance because it is nothing compared to what I've talked about. Back to the Roots, to me, you get fresh, clean, unexpected. It is airy. There's a green touch to it, but not too much. And I find it almost like refreshing, if you will. Back to the Roots would be a great fragrance to wear during the spring and summer. It does give you that refreshing take on a fragrance, but at the same time, you have the woody notes to make it interesting enough. There's orris, ginger, and white tea, so you have not exactly a spiciness, but more so a vibrance to it. And I really like that. Vibrant and airy is how I would describe Back to the Roots, with a dose of green and woody notes, right? I love how this settles on my skin. I would reach for Back to the Roots when I want something that is light but still present. I would reach for this when on like warmer days, you know? I would reach for this when I want something that is not too loud, not too in your face. So it gives that earthiness. So the name makes sense, like Back to the Roots. Like just think of yourself walking through a garden on a nice sunny day. Like that's Back to the Roots for me. So Wilhelm Parfumery, definitely a fragrances that I have to take a little bit of time with to understand it, but there's nothing that beats testing out these fragrances on your skin, because that makes a world of difference. All these fragrances were received in PR, and I want to thank the brands for sending them to me. They were great additions to my collection, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to get to try them out. Thank you to you guys as always for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts below. Let us know if you've tried anything that I talked about today. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.